Hi there, this is Richard from Electric Bike Report in the UK, bringing you a review of this ARCC Moulton TSR electric e-bike. It's a high quality, lightweight system, adding around 4 kilograms to the bike, designed and manufactured by ARCC in Cambridge in the UK, and fitted here to this lovely Moulton classic design, a TSR space frame model. The idea of the Moulton design is to give a very fast, smooth, comfortable ride on potholed roads and forestry tracks and the like. That's because it features full suspension, you can see there at the front, with the leading link suspension at the bottom and this elastomer block here at the back. It's an EU pedelec specification. That means it will assist you up to 15.5 miles an hour. Pedalling only, there's no throttle, with a torque sensor control on the pedals. The retail price for this particular model is £3,729.80. That's UK sterling. ARCC only shipped to UK addresses. I'm looking forward to seeing how this premium electric bike will fare on the road. The ARCC Moulton TSR Electric is designed mainly for commuting and touring, and the Moulton design itself has a reputation for being both fast and comfortable. We found what really sets this e-bike apart from other commuting and touring e-bikes is the innovative full suspension combined with relatively small 20-inch wheels. These gave a really smooth, comfortable ride on our local rural roads, which were often patched and potholed and not the best quality. The Moulton full suspension meant we could have road bike speed without the jolting ride you would expect, and the 20-inch wheels also meant it was super manoeuvrable and just great fun to ride. The 250 watt rated front hub motor gave us plenty of pedelec assistance up rolling roads like these, cruising along in level 1. The full suspension means the ARCC Moulton TSR Electric will also tackle some off-road riding, and the bike remains comfortable and easy to ride. Here you can see the rubber elastomer system providing just enough cushioning on off-road surfaces to take out the worst of the humps and the bumps. The E2 pod is at the heart of the cleverness of the whole system. It's not only a battery mount for the small, light and portable Bosch power tool batteries, it also houses 3 USB-C ports for charging external devices directly from the bike battery itself. These give half an amp and 1.5 amps from the topmost charging port if your device requires a bit more juice just to charge it up. The handlebar mounted Bluetooth controller communicated faultlessly with the pod, allowing you to change power levels, switch to automatic and switch the unit on and off. We also like the way it doubles as an electronic switch, allowing you to switch the pod off. Swiping the switch over the pod activates or deactivates it. Effectively, it's an electronic switch, meaning a thief wouldn't be able to switch the bike on without the control unit from the handlebars. We also love the ability to carry a spare battery on the frame with you. Of course, it also means you've somewhere to store the empty once you swap to a fresh battery. If you're stocked up on batteries, this would make a great touring bike as well as a great commuter, and if you've got any 36 volt cordless power tools, like cordless drills or hedge cutters, even better. In summary, we love the small lightweight motor blended with the clever electric assist. The Moulton TSR is a great bike to fit it to as well. The elegant space frame design producing a fast bike in a compact and pretty light package. In fact, we found it so comfortable to ride, we'd love to head off on a long holiday tour on it. A great feature of the ARCC Moulton TSR Electric is the ability to split it in two for storage and transport. To do this, first remove the batteries, then split apart the electrical wire from the torque sensor to the pod, and then also split apart gear and brake cables to the rear of the bike. Screw the frame nut apart and finally release the kingpin bolt with a hex wrench. Once split apart, each half of the bike should weigh around 8 kilograms. That's for this particular build with 8 foot gears. That's quite easy to lift for storage or packing down into a suitcase. To reassemble, just do the same in reverse. So looking at overall pros and cons of the ARCC Moulton TSR electric, there were plenty of pros. It's a lovely, exciting bike to ride over rolling tarmac and forest tracks. You just want to go fast on it, and you just get the assistance just when you need it with the automatic electric assist feature. You've got the speed of the road bike, but you've also got all the comfort that the full suspension brings, which is a really good feature. It just gives you that confidence to not worry too much about the surface, to roll over the pothills, not worry about that bit of gravel. There's an automatic setting is the next really big pro I found riding it. That means you can just press the automatic button on the handlebar control, and the bike automatically recognises when you're going up a hill, and you'll get the assistance, and it'll then drop back off on the flat. So it's not wasting your battery on the flat, and you're not having to constantly look at the bars, change the settings, move your power up and down. You can just set it to automatic and off you go and ride along and forget about your handlebar control, more or less. It's lightweight as well, 18 kilograms, that's pretty lightweight for a bike, especially with full suspension and hub gears. So nice and easy to get lifted in and out of a house or a flat, or store it in your car if you're going off with it. And don't forget, it also splits in two if you really need to pack it up into a tighter area. We also really liked the modular battery approach. These neat little batteries, you can just take a long one if you just off for a short ride, or if you're on a long tour, you can stack up with the batteries. They're fairly affordable Bosch power tool batteries, and we also like the fact they're very sturdy. They have a drop rating of 3 meters, so that's another big pro really. So overall, it's a really nice, fast, comfortable commuting and touring bike. A few small downsides maybe. I've been riding it in pretty cold, wet winter conditions. We could have done with a bit of an extra long mud flap here at the bottom, maybe just an extra flap. We did find a bit of mud getting up onto the frame and onto the bottom of the spare battery here. And also these rubberized pedals did get a bit slippy, especially once we'd been off-road. But really that's fairly minor criticism, something you could easily fix yourself. The motor's not the biggest, it's not the most powerful, especially if you're comparing it to a big heavy mid-drive. but it does give you nice assistance up the hills, and crucially it keeps the bike nice and light and rideable when you switch the motor off as well. So I was quite happy going along on the flat with no motor power at all. So really none of those downsides are deal breakers. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can get a full written report. Just click the link below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and most of all, thanks a lot for watching. See you next time.